Welcome to Shanti Peace Yoga. Today's yoga class is a special request from a family member of mine who is currently in her third trimester of pregnancy. The intention for today is to open and create space in the pelvis and hips and create gentle flowing movement timed with our breath. Even if you aren't pregnant, you will still find benefit from this class. You will need a few props. You can see I have a yoga block, but you can substitute with a footstool or low ottoman, as you can see on my left. You may also want a folded blanket to place under your knees during some poses if you experience any pain when kneeling. Let's begin using our block and coming into malasana, or a low squat. So there's a couple ways to do this. You can hold on to something to help lower yourself down, or if you feel strong and stable, you can stand above the block, feet out wide, slightly turned out. Inhale, standing tall. Exhale, carefully bending the knees and lowering down. If that doesn't feel safe for you, I'll show you another method. Coming onto your hands and knees, place your feet sort of just in front of the block and take the feet and knees out wide. Curl your toes under and start to slowly walk your hands back, carefully rolling onto the heels and sitting on the block. Once you've made your way into the squat, adjust your knees as wide as you prefer. You can take your hands in prayer and use your elbows to help gently open the knees even more, or you can have your hands on your knees. You can rock a little bit side to side, getting some movement into the pelvis, or you can be still here. Whatever position you choose, try to keep your upper body lifted. And while you hold malasana, try to direct your breath and awareness into the hips and into the pelvis, feeling a sense of expansion and openness. Let's take one more deep inhale, and now carefully release the squat on the exhale, guiding the knees back together. You can now remove the block and place it to the side, and find your way onto your hands and knees, using a blanket under the knees if needed. From here, take your hands out further in front of you, and we're going to make some wide rolling hip circles. Choose a direction to start, shift the weight forward, and then circle the hips back and around 5 times in one direction, really exaggerating this movement, feeling into your body and maybe feeling a release of tension in the lower back. Let's reverse the direction now, creating these wide circling motions for 5 more times, remembering to breathe deeply as you do this. We'll come back to the center now and turn yourself to face the long edge of your mat, staying on your knees but carefully lifting your torso upright. We'll come into a side lunge. Step your left foot out so the toes point to the short edge of the mat. You can stay here if this is enough of a stretch in the inner thighs, or join me and carefully shift your weight further into the left leg. using your hand to gently open the knee a little more so it doesn't collapse forward. Ensure you aren't overextending that knee. You want it to remain fairly stacked over the ankle. We'll start to build here. On your next inhale, shift the weight back to center, leg straightens. Exhale, side lunge. Inhale to center. 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 Exhale to lunge. And now inhale to center and pivot the foot so the toes now face forward and the leg is lengthened. Inhale and raise your right arm skyward. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Left hand slides down the leg into gate pose, Parigasana. Feeling a deep stretch down the right side body. Let's take a deep inhale to rise back to center, and exhale, lower the right arm down. We'll repeat this on the other side, starting with the side lunge. Step the right foot out to the side, toes point to the top of the mat. Stay here or deepen the stretch by shifting your weight further into the right leg, using the back of the right hand to gently open the knee a little more so it doesn't collapse forward. Ensure you aren't overextending the knee. Try to keep it stacked over the ankle. Moving with the breath, let's inhale and shift your weight back to center, leg straightens. Exhale, side lunge to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side lunge. Inhale to center. Exhale, lunge. Inhale to center. Exhale, lunge. Inhale to center. Exhale, lunge. And let's inhale back to center. Turn the right toes forward, raise the left arm overhead, and exhale, side body stretch into gate pose, holding here. Let's take a deep inhale to help us rise back to center. And exhale, lower the left arm down, release. Take your time now to rise up to standing, coming into a nice wide stance at the top of the mat, hands on your hips. We're going to come into some more hip circles like we did earlier. So moving in one direction, sending your hips forward and circling them backwards. About 5 times in one direction, really exaggerating the movement, feeling into the body. And if you feel unsteady doing this, you can place your hands on a wall or hold on to a railing. Moving now in the other direction, taking as big a circle as you like. And don't forget to breathe here. We'll make our way back to center now and turn to face the long edge of the mat, returning to a wide stance with the feet at a 45-degree angle. From here, we'll come into goddess pose. Inhale and raise the arms overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips straight down. Arms form a cactus shape. Hold and breathe here. So rather than sending the hips back as if you were sitting on a chair, you want to send them straight down, opening the pelvis and inner thighs. Legs are really active and strong here, and we'll start to connect and move with our breath. Inhale as you raise the arms overhead, legs straighten. Exhale, sink down into goddess pose. Inhale, arms rise, legs straighten. Exhale, goddess pose. 3 more like this. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, goddess pose. Inhale, arms rise, legs straighten. Exhale, goddess pose. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. And we'll finish inhaling, rising to center, and exhale, releasing the arms. Adjust your left foot so it's parallel to the short edge of the mat, and right toes point to the top of the mat. Facing forward, we'll inhale, arms rise overhead. Exhale, bend the right knee, upper body turns to the right, arms lower parallel to the ground. Warrior 2. Keep your bent knee stacked over the ankle, and you should be able to see your big toe so your knee isn't turning inward. Moving with the breath, let's inhale and arms rise overhead, right leg straightens, facing the long edge of the mat. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, arms rise, leg straightens. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, arms rise. 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 Exhale, Warrior 2. And now shifting into extended side angle pose. Right arm to right knee. Left arm extends overhead. Left leg is long and straight. Feeling a deep stretch down the left side body. Take a deep inhale to help you rise back to Warrior 2, and exhale, release the arms down. Now repeating this on the other side. Left toes point forward, right foot pivots parallel to the short edge of the mat. Facing forward, let's inhale and raise the arms overhead. Exhale, bend the left knee, upper body turns to the left, arms lower, Warrior 2. Keep your bent knee stacked over the ankle, and remember you should be able to see your big toe. Moving with the breath, inhale, raise the arms overhead, left leg straightens. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, arms rise, leg straightens. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, arms rise. And now shifting into extended side angle pose. Left elbow to left knee. Right arm extends long overhead. Feeling a deep stretch down the right side body. We'll take a deep inhale to help us rise back to Warrior 2, and exhale, release. Shake everything out and carefully make your way down to the mat, facing the long edge. We'll take the legs out wide and tuck the left foot in, extending the right leg and really flexing the foot. Keeping your spine long and lifted, turn to face your extended leg, and this might be enough of a stretch for you, so you can hold here. If you want more of a stretch, you can slowly walk your hands forward and lower your chest towards the knee. Make sure both sit bones are grounded, the right foot is flexed, And if the hamstrings are tight, you can bend the knee if it's too much. Take deep, slow breaths as we hold here, feeling a stretch through the inner thigh, groin, and back of the leg. Let's take a deep inhale as we walk the hands back in, rising to center. And exhale, release. Change the legs over. This time the right foot tucks in and left leg extends out wide. Left foot is flexed and spine is long and lifted. Keep this length in your spine as you turn to face your left leg. Stay here if this is enough for you, or start to walk your hands forward as much as is comfortable for you, and lower the chest down towards that leg. Remember to keep the left foot flexed, and you can bend the knee if you need to, if your hamstrings are a bit tight. Remember to take deep, slow breaths as we hold here, feeling a sense of expansion and release with every exhale. Let's take a deep inhale as we walk the hands back in, coming back to center, and exhale, release. This time we'll extend both legs out wide, feet flexed, and sit bones evenly grounded. If you need an adjustment for your lower back, you can sit on your folded blanket here. Stay like this if this is enough of a stretch, or join me in walking the hands forward, hinging from the hips and keeping length in the spine rather than rounding. You can have a bend in the knees if the hamstrings are tight, but keep the feet flexed to further activate the legs. Breathing deeply and slowly as we hold here, feeling a sense of expansion and opening with every exhale. Let's take one more deep inhale as we walk the hands back in, and exhale, release the pose, and carefully guide the legs back together. Our final relaxation pose will be seated butterfly, Baddha Konasana, and I recommend you do this with your back leaning against a wall, which will help support you, especially as your belly grows larger. Bring the soles of the feet together, allow the knees to drop out to the sides, and you can slide your feet up and down, finding a position that is most comfortable while still feeling a stretch into the hips, groin, and pelvis. You can rest your hands on your knees or on your belly, or take your hands to your heart. Allow the wall behind you to support you, but keep yourself sitting tall rather than slouching. Face and mouth is relaxed, and maybe the eyes begin to close. If you've been using a mantra or affirmation during your pregnancy, you can repeat it to yourself now. An example of this could simply be, I trust my body. Start to bring some movement back to the body, maybe rolling your neck from side to side, carefully releasing the legs, guiding them back to center, carefully moving away from the wall. It might feel nice to keep your knees bent, lean back into your hands, and just allow the knees to drop side to side. Coming back to center now, find a comfortable seated position. Taking the hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra, we'll close our practice with our mantra. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bowing forward, Namaste.